Recording. Okay, so we'll start the timer. So, I know some people have been around for the races. There is something that I've been talking about doing in the future. So this is half of a randomizer that I really want to play. Another game that I really have a lot of nostalgia for is called Super Metroid. It was the Metroid game from the Super Nintendo. Sorry, the race is about to start. We'll talk as we go. I started the clock early. Oops. I thought I did. Yep, there we go. So Super Metroid, a game from my childhood that I love. Well, somebody made a Super Metroid randomizer. And I'd like to play it. Okay, so far so good. No enemy rando. No world. I'm not somewhere else. So I don't know if this is an entrance rando yet. It's not it's not an enemizer though of basic enemies. Didn't want to do that. Okay, so we're just gonna check this house. If it's its normal location, then this appears to be a non-entrance shuffle either. Yeah, this doesn't appear to be entrance shuffle. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, what I want to do is I want to do the Super Metroid randomizer. I don't want to race Super Metroid, but what I want to do is I want to be able to complete the Super Metroid one, and then be able to do a very special randomizer called SMZ3. SMZ3 is a dual randomizer where you play both Super Metroid randomizer and Link to the Past randomizer at the same time. There are entrances in Zelda and Metroid that cross over into the other game. So what I want to do is I want to be able to play that. But I need to work on my Super Metroid knowledge and my randomizer knowledge of Super Metroid before I feel comfortable doing a cross between the two games. And my goal right now is to be able to do an SMZ3 for Extra Life this year. I think my Link to the Past randomizer skill is at a point where I could do it, but until I beat Super Metroid and then kind of get comfortable with it, I don't want to do that, but my goal is to be able to do one. So, and that could be like a 4 or 5 hour portion of my Extra Life. I'm not currently signed up for it yet, but obviously I would like to do one again this year. I've had a lot of fun with the first one. And, you know, if some friend will have me as a co-stream partner again, you know, that'd be fun. Given I didn't completely annoy last year. Lots of money so far. I'm trying to figure out what got randomized. That's the big question right now. That I'm not going to be able to tell yet. As it stands right now, when you start off an expert, a lot of the stuff that is the more annoying randomized things, like reduced hearts or armor or swords, if you start seeing green 20s, so you know how you've seen like a red, or like a red rupee is 20 rupees. If you see a green one with 20 listed on it, then it could be an expert seed. But we haven't seen that yet. And we're already up to 5 hearts. Wake medallion. So far, this is a kind mystery seed. But yeah, we won't know for sure about that. There's a couple of other things it could be. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. We'll grab the fire rod on the way out. Well, fire rod's not going to elude me tonight, and the ice rod's not either. Crystal, red crystal. Okay, so just a red crystal at Eastern is the only thing that's a little different. What's no fun? Finding the ice rod at the beginning? And the fire rod at the beginning? So this is on my computer. This is an emulator. I have a ROM for the game, and then I'm able to, Okay, so I can say that I'm not in an expert item pool right now. Having blue mail proves that this is not expert mode. Crap, I am really low on bombs. I'm at 0 bombs. Yeah, if you have blue mail, then it's not expert. Oh, wait, I know what I can do instead. Going there. So yeah, I've got an emulator and a ROM for the game that I'm playing on, and then there is some people who created a randomizer that will take a ROM and swap around all the item locations, all the, which dungeons are crystals, which dungeons are pendants, They can swap the goal. So there's a lot of stuff they can alter and try to screw with you. This is a new system called the Link to the Past, the ladder. Okay, it's not swordless. Then what's randomized? I mean, besides the items, is this just a standard open mode? Like, is this the kindest mystery I've ever gotten? But as part of the ladder, the way it works is you're given a ranking score, just like other ranking ladder systems. As you win or lose races, your ranking goes up and down. So 4 times a day, there's a race. The mode rotates throughout the day. There's 5 race types in the rotation. You can enter as many or as few of them as you want. I've just been watching Link to the Past Randomizer for a couple of years now, so I kind of understand most of the logic of how you approach it. It's more of a skill gap for me right now, and actually the ability to make those decisions on the fly. I'm kind of learning that. So the way it works is 30 minutes before the race. Sign-up's open, and at that point, if you want to, you just say you want to join, and you can sign up for 20 minutes. At 10 minutes before the race, if there's an odd number, then they'll extend the sign-up period for 5 minutes, or until the next person signs up or leaves. After that, you are sent your race seed. Now, the way it works is I don't know who I'm racing. I'm not supposed to know. I'm not supposed to try to find out. It is supposed to be completely unknown to me. I'm not supposed to try to look up who it is. I'm not supposed to share the information about what the code is. I'm just supposed to play. When I finish the race, I will go into the Discord and I will put that I am done. The bot will tell me if I won and who I was racing. And then I'm still not supposed to tell the other person. Like, if they're streaming right now on Twitch, I'm not supposed to go to their Twitch channel after I'm done and go, I finished and I was your opponent. It's supposed to be just a complete mystery to everybody. It is a race, so yes, you could do that. One of the things that's always kind of got me always thinking about this is I have my bot tell me if people come in the room, and I've wondered if I should disable that, because I don't want to know if somebody comes in and they are my opponent. And I'm sure there are plenty of names that I would see and be like, I have no idea who you are. But at the same time, I have to believe there are certain names, if I saw them come in and be like, I know that name. And I know that's somebody who does these. And I wouldn't want to know that. But yeah, if you want to, you could go watch the person. There's an appeals system, so if you think something unbecoming of the race happened, oh, and I'm sure that's not a problem. Most of my opponents are going to be streaming on Twitch. I am one of the oddities of the group in that regard. Okay, Swamp, TR, and Myra's Green. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm definitely one of the oddities of the group, as one of the few people who actually uses Mixer. It's mainly just because of the fact that like a lot of the people who signed up to do these in the first place are um, they've been doing racing for a lot longer than I have, and the normal races that have been run for randomizer, they are run through Twitch. So they've all been Twitch streamers for always for these. So I'm definitely the odd one out in that regard. Um, it's not a bad thing. Like I don't care. Um, but when I first joined the group, I said, "Is it a problem that I stream on Mixer?" You know, what's prevented me from always wanting to or from doing it was just that. And they said the guy who runs it was like, "I don't care what you stream on. I just need you to have a VOD if you ever get your race called into question." Like if for some reason somebody says you cheated, I need to be able to tell. You know, I need proof that you didn't cheat today. So, works for me. Exactly. I wouldn't cheat. You know, they just want to make sure that there's nothing like that going on. Um, they take that kind of stuff very seriously, so they don't want to have to worry about it. Just to display my inputs. Why not? Don't like it? That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Since I'm using the controller input on the, you know, a controller plugged into my console, or not to my console, but into my computer. Yeah, you can do this when you, well, I can't do it for if I streamed my Xbox stuff. That's the one thing I'd love to be able to do. Yeah, I could. Okay, it is a shuffle. It's a boss shuffle. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, that boss is gonna be a lot harder on that floor. Yep, that was a nope. That was a straight up no. Sorry, Vitreous with a fighter sword on a conveyor belt floor is like straight Nopesville. Very much a nope. Casey, I just don't know what to say. Cool. Okay, so I guess I'll start from the beginning then, Casey. So, this is Link to the Past. It's a 30-year-old game. It came out, or it's roughly about 30 years old. So what happened is somebody took the... Yeah, 1991. Okay. So they took the game itself, and somebody created what is called a randomizer. It takes all the items in the game, so rupees, swords, bombs, the bow, everything, and says, we're gonna scatter you to the winds. And so the order you do things is going to be very different. The goal usually is still defeat Ganon. Okay? Now, what I'm doing today is something that's called a mystery seed. Usually I play open mode or ambrosia, which are usually two easier modes. I don't have time to go over them immediately. Let's just say that they're fairer. So this, however, is a mystery seed. I don't know what the settings are going in. All I know is it's a randomizer race. So we started off, we figured out that it wasn't a key sanity, it wasn't an entrance shuffle, it's not expert mode, and there's a couple of other things we figured out. I knew it wasn't an enemizer or a regular enemizer, but I just found out that it was a boss enemizer. Boss enemizer means that at least all the bosses are shuffled. So as we could see at Skull Woods, instead of being... Normally the boss there should be called Mothula. It's a giant moth. I know, so original in the naming. But instead, we found the boss of Misery Mire. His name is Vitreous. The thing is that the floor on Skull Woods, where you usually fight Mothula, is a conveyor belt floor, and it's very, very annoying. And against Vitreous with no real extra weaponry, it can be really dangerous. What I'd want in that case is probably like a cape or a cane of Burna, because they're invincibility items, and they'd protect me from the spikes. But obviously we don't have those. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm racing. I don't know why I walked all the way to the top here. This is a 1v1 ladder race. I've been paired up with somebody roughly of my points on the leaderboard, but this is the start of Season 1 of it, so my ranking got reset. So did everybody else's. So I could be facing somebody a lot better than me, or a lot worse than me, I don't know. Or let's venture that they're a lot better than me, because I'm probably one of the worst people in it. But I don't know who my opponent is. I'm not supposed to find out who my opponent is. I'm not even supposed to try to find out who my opponent is. When I finish the race, I will find out if I won and who it was against. That's all I know. The clock is really just for show. The timing is mainly done through a Discord bot. At the end of the race, when I put in my done message, that will tell them that I was done, and they have the timer based off of that. This is more of just a, hey, I'd like to see. In terms of the controller, I wanted to be able to put this on my streams. I thought it was a good addition for if I'm playing something on PC. Especially with, like, you know, Legend of Zelda has that 1-to-1 aspect ratio instead of like what we're used to these days. So I wanted to just go with this because I you know, I like the look of it. Also kind of why you see the item tracker there. So those are all the items that would be found in the randomizer. I don't necessarily need all of them. Like, there will definitely be ones I don't find or ones I don't care. At minimum, I need... Well, there's still a lot I need to finish this seed, let's be honest. But yes, what I do know, the only thing I know is shuffled is the bosses. Why am I playing a 30-year-old game, I guess is the next question. Link to the Past is probably one of my favorite games ever. Growing up as a kid, this was like a game I would go back to over and over again. So like, it was kind of a no-brainer for me that I wanted to play it again. Okay, so normally there's a maiden here. Maiden. That we have to bring back to the boss chamber because the maiden is actually the boss. In this version, you don't have to. So yeah, but yeah, this is like one of my favorite games ever. So when I started watching randomizer races, I pretty much fell in love with the idea. I watched the races for a while. This randomizer type game has been featured at Games Done Quick numerous times. It's a really, really popular randomizer run, or run as part of the event. So, it's really it's a very classic game at this point for people. Weird. Usually Helmasaur launches fireballs. There we go. I was like, where are the fireballs? So, I hope that kind of explains it, at least broadly speaking. But yeah, I've enjoyed this game for a long time. When I saw that, I was like, I want to get into it. So I did my first ever randomizer seed during Extra Life, my first Extra Life stream last year. When have I ever played UFC? So, but yeah, I started doing the ladder races towards the end of Season 0, which was kind of like their beta. And then since then I've been doing races. I try to do 4 or so races a week at least. If I can do 1 a day, I try to. I've done 2 a day. I did 2 a couple of days, but it's really tough. There's definitely a mental tax to trying to keep these straight in your head. The 5 modes for this season are Open, Ambrosia, Inverted, Key Sanity, Cross Keys, and Mystery. The hardest mode of the bunch is definitely the Cross Keys. I've never finished a Cross Keys. I have Forfeit every time I've had Cross Keys. It's just not an easy mode. Oh, the cave that has the 4 skull pots and no rupees is Peg Cave. Oh. So, it's definitely something I enjoy. It's a puzzle in a game. It's not like I'm learning to speed run a game that, has a set way to beat it. I'm going through something and having to... What? It's not following me. I left it there. Jerk. Can I leave you 1 screen behind and still do the dig game? Nope. It can't even be a screen away. So, I'm still learning. So like mistakes like that's a mistake of understanding the game logic. It's okay that I don't know everything yet. I enjoy the process of learning it. I'm getting better, I would say. It's just taking a while. It's not been a quick process, and there's people a lot better than me. A lot better. And I forget things, like the fact that I already visited Stumpy. Not exactly low rule. It's Dark World. I mean, I guess, you know, if we think of it similar to Link Between or Link Between Worlds. I mean, I know there's people who've only played the sequel. But hello, Dragon Colony. This is a race of Link to the Past randomizer. It was a mystery seed. We've pretty much mysteried out what it is. Yeah. You're on the right track. If you've played the 3DS game, Link Between Worlds, this is... Link Between Worlds was the sequel to this game. So you're not completely wrong. Okay, so we're gonna take a risk here. I'm gonna go to the eastern pod area. So an enemizer is a little different to guess, unfortunately. The big mystery here is... Actually, there's only one boss I can't definitively kill right now. Oh wait, sorry. No, one boss that I can't definitively kill with my current equipment. If I run into Argus, I can't kill Argus. But that's not too bad. 2 hours, roughly, is a run of these. If it was instead like a entrance shuffles or key sanities usually take me 3 or more, so... But yeah, this probably about 2, I'm hoping. Red cane, lamp, bombs. Okay, that's actually a really good set of items to find. Okay, see you, Joe. Thanks for hanging out. No! Kiki the monkey gets scared if you take damage and runs away and steals 10 rupees. Kiki's a little jerk. Takes 10 rupees for Kiki to follow you, and then 100 more rupees to open the dungeon. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just checking this first chest. If it's not a small key, I can't do the rest of the dungeon, because I would need a bow, and I don't have a bow. So this is one of the cool things about the randomizer. There are some very, very talented individuals who did sprite work to put all these different sprites in the game. So in this case, that meant... Oh, crap. I am playing as Plague Knight. I still might be bow locked in this dungeon. Unless this is a small key. It's a small key, okay. So yeah, the randomizer has a ton of different sprites you can play as. I've taken to using Plague Knight. I was trying to find one I liked, and Plague Knight was kind of just the one that I was like, you know what, I like this one. I had thought about some others. I had played as Pikachu. I've tried playing as the different Link sprites. You could play as Zelda. But yeah, after having played a few times, I kind of realized I like Plague Knight. I've always been a fan of Shovel Knight. There's a code running over this, or that was run, to shuffle all the items. Ether? So, but I don't have much of an interest in speedrunning the base Link to the Past. Like, I don't have an interest really in speedrunning. Or at least the definition of speedrunning that is, you know, playing a particular game like that. Yeah, I got some good luck with the keys. I still can't do the full dungeon because I don't have a bow, so I'm locked out. But I could do a good amount, to be honest. Like, that wasn't terrible. I couldn't get the big chest, unfortunately, because I didn't find the big key. I'm guessing the big key is either in its vanilla location or was on the bow lock side. And without a bow, I also can't beat the boss, but that doesn't matter either because I still didn't have the big key anyway. And that's the thing, like, when it comes to what I'm doing, I don't think I'm the kind of person who wants to speedrun the game over and over. You know, in some ways, I'd look at this as kind of like how you enjoy PUBG. Like, that's not my kind of game, but it's a similar principle. Like, every race that I do of this is a little different, kind of like every time you play PUBG, it's a little different. You know, it's still Link to the Past, but each time the puzzle's a little different. I'm definitely like I said, it's something where I don't think I'd be the kind of person who goes and decides I want to play this game in its vanilla style and speedrun it. I have so much respect for the effort that those people put into that. It's just not me. Actually, okay, I can't still kill him. Okay. But like the people who do speedrun this game, the vanilla version, you know, if you ask them, there is a strategy for every room of every area. Like it's that figured out, and it's just a question of, you know, executing everything over the course of like an hour and a half. Every dungeon's got a compass. We're gonna find them. You know what? We're gonna save and quit. Well, that's the thing. So, like, this mode is enough of a thought process for me that I can remember enough. Like, I can remember which checks I've done and which I haven't. I've got enough of a memory for that right now. But if I was doing some of the other modes that are common for this, I couldn't keep up with that. So, and like, part of the reason I use a tracker is, one, for the visual, for everybody else to see what I've got and understand what I'm doing, but the other piece is like, the mode that I'm doing here doesn't have some of the crazy randomizations, but like, key sanity, you want to know how many keys you found. And to which dungeons. For this, I don't need that information. I mean, I'd like to find the bow. The only problem is it means I'm gonna have to go all the way back to Pod and Eastern. Okay, that bottle's a good thing. I will grab that bottle. What is inside of Spectacle Rock? Art piece, I don't care. We're gonna skip that. But to finish this race, I can glitch out of some requirements right now. Like, technically, I would need logically, you need the flippers to be Ice Palace and Swamp Palace. But technically, you can glitch into Ice Palace with fake flippers, so that's okay. But there's some other things I do need. We're going to the basement. So, but the reason I'm going to Death Mountain is it's actually got the most checks logically right now. Yes, usually it does. we don't know what the boss is because we're in the middle of a boss shuffle. So it could be really any boss right now. And Fuzzy Worm, that's a different kind of way of referring to him. His name is Moldorm. Lovingly referred to in the Link to the Past randomizer community as Trolldorm, because if he knocks you down it's a whole thing, and he's terrible. But yeah. I don't know who we're gonna fight at the top of the tower today. Whoever it is, hopefully we can kill him. I know, Amma. It's crazy to think I'm playing a game and I'm not getting achievements at all. Blue cane? Okay, okay. That's an item. It's so unlike me to do that. I know, right? Dang. I don't have the magic to fight him. This boss shuffle is proving to be brutal. Cold Stare on the top of Hera. Vitreous in Skullwoods. These are bad locations. Get out of my way! I know! Cold Stare is not an easy boss. Cold Stare is one of the hardest. I know. It's just, you know, I'm annoyed at myself for taking that hit. All those hits, like, I'm better than that. I'm getting flustered on stuff I shouldn't. Am I gonna... That gives me such a terrible idea. I could go back up the tower and fight Cold Stare again because Bombos is the quicker way to remove the shell. Wrong cave. It's always the right for the light world, left for the dark world. Two of them open... Okay, in the vanilla game, Quake opens the Turtle Rock and Ether opens Misery Mire. One of the things that is randomized is what medallion opens what dungeon for those two. So they could both be opened by the same medallion, they could be opened by different medallions. The one medallion that never opens any dungeons, or at least the vanilla game, was Bombos, but as I said, you know, if it's possible now that Bombos, you know, can be your way to kill Cold Stare. Because Bombos is actually, you cast it and it destroys his ice shell. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to climb into the top of Death Mountain. We're actually going to, I think we'll go into Turtle Rock. We can actually do quite a bit in Turtle Rock. So, coming up on an hour into this race. Unfortunately, we've died to 2 bosses, which is not very good. Cool, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, I usually do. It's been more of a mix recently what I stream, but it used to be pretty much all Xbox stuff. And I usually stream a lot of like smaller titles. But recently I've been kind of mixing in this a lot. Big key. Okay, so the one thing we have to do for this room up here is... Why did I pull out my fire rod first? I still need to do a... No, I do not. I went the wrong way. Gotta go the long way. No, I play one free-to-play game and it takes up enough time. Ouch, that hurts. I'm just playing like garbage right now. Like, this is not a terrible seed. Like, out of all the possibilities for this... It's definitely not the worst. I'm just not playing well today. So we're just gonna have to buckle down a little bit and hope we start to play a little bit better. Traded a key for a key. Easy come, easy go. The other thing I don't know is what the clear condition is for this seed. And that's something I should have checked when I was in pod. Not really anything of value there, but checked another location. Oh my god, that's a clutch health refill. Oh boy. That's lucky. So friggin' lucky. Oh crap. I know this path and I just hit the wrong button. Another lap around some spots. I am really not playing well. We're gonna grab the safety door. Especially because of that. Like, what the flip is wrong with me today? Slightly rhetorical, slightly serious. Yeah, that's a good find. Flippers is definitely something I need. Question is, what's the boss that we're going to find here in Turtle Rock? Can't fight him. I know you're just loving that one, Cash. Oh, that's terrible. Like, man, that's some terrible luck there. That's 3 bosses I found that I can't fight. And at least for Turtle Rock, I don't really need to. Um, you know, Turtle Rock's one of those dungeons that really... Well, okay, in this seed, Turtle Rock is a pendant, so I don't need to do it. Well, I don't need to do it if it's a defeat Ganon seed. I don't know if it's a Pedestal seed as the goal. Watch Hookshot be on, like, the mushroom. You know, 2 seeds in a row where mushroom becomes an item that's of extreme importance. Like, that's the kind of luck I have right now. What am I buying for 500 rupees? Junk. Where do I go? I feel like I need to check, and this just shows, you know, more of where I need to improve my routing. I want to check Quakefish, and I want to check the pyramid. And if I had done Quakefish, I could have done these Zora checks right after it. Oh yeah, I got Shovel. Completely forgot I had found the shovel. We're definitely not in a good shape for this race. It is not going well. But I'd prefer not to forfeit. I don't have to. If I had the bow, I'd have pyramid access. No. This is a race. Somebody else has the same seed as me, and they're trying to finish the seed as fast as they can. First to finish wins. No redos. This is a pedestal seed. I need the hook shot. I need the flute. And need to clear Swamp Palace as well. Okay. Wow, I've never actually had a pedestal seed. This is a new one. I need the hook shot to clear out TR. I need the flute to be able to reach Meyer. And I need... If I had the hook shot, I could clear out... I could finish Swamp Palace and TR. Because technically, no matter what the boss is at the end of Swamp, hook shot would give me the access to the back of Swamp to finish Swamp. Okay. Think, Jesse, what are you gonna do? Let's just go into Swamp. Let's go for it. Let's hope that the hook shot's in Swamp Palace. Why not? If it's not, then I'll just have to do some other stuff. That means we don't have to fight Ganon. That means I don't need a bow. Now, the issue is that if the flute is in Ganon's tower, then I am like... Then I would need a bow, theoretically. Although, I guess a counter theory to that would be that the bow could be in, or the number of crystals required to get in the GT is so few that I wouldn't need a bow even to get in the GT. So there's a couple of possibilities here, but I do need to beat Swamp, TR, and Meyer. This has been quite the development. Sorry, I'm just like... the shock of it has got me now. I am very surprised at this result. So that was my mystery settings. It was a pedestal boss shuffle. Like I said, mystery is a very difficult mode to get used to, I think. You know, you can play it just like any other rando, but, you know, my first thought is always crystals are more important than pendants. And in this case, like, it's just not true. This is the dark side of the mystery. I'm just hoping for like one of the items I need to be here in Swamp Palace. I'm more so hoping for Hookshot, because then if it's Hookshot, then I can at least finish Swamp, and then I don't have to revisit Swamp later. But I realize there's also a decent chance that I'll have to come back. So, worst case, can I get a flute? And yes, I don't know who my opponent is. All I know is that they have the same seed as I do. I'm not supposed to know who my opponent is. And you know, it's all a mystery. I'm supposed to figure this out myself, because it is a race. So. We're gonna find out. So we're gonna try to finish, and, you know, hopefully we get lucky and my opponent had just as much bad luck as I did. I don't hope for those things. I want my opponent to have a good race. But if I want to win, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of luck on your side. So this is what Swamp Palace looks like when you don't have the hook shot already. It's slow. Very slow. Okay, we're gonna check something we didn't check previously. I'd ran out of bombs trying to get to Ice Rod Cave. So we're gonna do Ice Rod Cave, and then we're gonna, on the way back, I think we'll dive Ice Palace. We're going to your favorite place, Olcash. Or Scruff. I don't know if Scruff's still here. But I know you both love whenever I have to go to Ice Palace. Okay, well at least that wasn't what I missed. Okay, now Ice Palace has... I've never done Ice Palace without the hookshot in a while. I can't remember the last time I did it without hookshot. Ugh. This is gonna be ugly. So yeah, Ice Palace has 3 items in it. Get back here. Harry was running away from me. We're not going to do the bomb jump today. Just not a good idea, I think. I don't have a bug net. Besides, I needed the health. It's okay. Believe me, it's one of those things, you know, there's definitely thoughts you have of what's the right way to play, and then you just gotta think about what you can or cannot do. Very easy to forget. Believe me, I do it all the time. And when you start getting into the weeds of playing randomizer, you start realizing little things that you take for granted in the vanilla game. So like, what would be a good example? Swamp Palace. Your first thought would be, I need to have the hook shot to finish it and flippers. Like, those are your 2 given items that you need to have to finish Swamp Palace. But one of the little tricky things that a lot of people don't know is you need the hammer to finish Swamp. Because there are actually hammer pegs inside of Swamp Palace that will block your progress completely. So, you know, it's one of those little things that you don't think, oh yeah, I need this to be able to do this dungeon. Similarly for Ice Palace. You actually do need to have the hammer to finish ice. So these are all little things that you don't, like, you kind of take for granted when you play the vanilla game, And now that like you do randomizer, it's like, oh yeah, I need this to do that. You also learn some little trick things you can do. So like there's areas you can complete with alternate strategies. So like there's something called a bonk, where you Pegasus boot dash into a wall, and then the rebound can actually send you over a short gap. And there's logical requirements for that at times. But like that's one of those things you wouldn't ever think you need to do unless like you've played it a bunch. So these are like some cool little things. But definitely like part of the mental puzzle of playing randomizer. Okay, what's the boss down here? Hey, it's another Helmasaur. Ice Palace was a huge bust. There was nothing. I'm gonna hedge my bets and believe that there's something that I need. That I need the cape. Oh, and there's somewhere else. One of the other troll locations I forgot to go to. Forgot to go to Spike Cave. So we're gonna grab the cape so we can check Bumper Ledge, and then we're going to probably head up to Spike Cave. And then check some, we might try to rebeat Hera. I know we don't have to beat Hera technically for the crystal, but there is a distinct possibility growing right now in my mind that there could be an early GT. Actually, there's another option. Okay. You know what? No, we're gonna come back to this after we do the other stuff. We'll save a save and quit out of it. And we still haven't checked Shovel. Oh my god, there's so many little things. A bunch of little one-off crap locations. Like, none of these are good. And Dig Game. Let's go down to Dig Game. We'll go do Dig and Shovel, and then we'll go up and do Bumper and Graveyard Ledge and Dark Cross. It's like 5 items in very bad order, but I do have shovel, right? Yeah, I have shovel. I wasn't mistaken. This has just been a bad race. I only need to beat 3 dungeons, and I can't beat any of them. We're already this far south, we might as well check the Bombos tablet. Bombos is pretty much a one-off at this point. We could go into desert and clear it, but I don't really want to. Oops. A bow. Dang. Next step might be to go return to Pod Eastern and do both of those. And once I clear them, I could do Pyramid Fairy. But we're gonna finish this chain that we started because I do want to check all these items. I'm pissed that I didn't check Shovel Game or Dig Game, though. That's little stuff. Shot away from go mode. So the plan of attack is we're going to check Bumper Ledge, Graveyard Ledge, and Dark Cross. After that, we're going to go down to the Mire area. We'll do all of Mire, because Mire is a pendant. And it's the green pendant, so that'll help a bit more. It gives me an extra item out of it. If we don't find Hookshot in Mire, then we'll do a short little desert check. I'm not going to do all of desert, just because, like, that's a little bit too much. But if I can catch an item out of it, great. If not, then we'll return to Pod Eastern area and do them. If I was smart, I would have known that that was the map. So we're going to check a few of the quick checks for Mire, see if we can get the hookshot before having to do all the checks in Mire. There's only 2 items in Misery Mire, so... I just realized I can't even do Misery Mire. I don't have a hookshot or the boots. Without hookshot and boots, you can't actually go into Misery Mire. You need at least one of them. I'm checking these things, but I feel like I'm about to forfeit tonight. I'm kind of just like, I've been playing like garbage, and my mental state is like bad in this race. Like, I am all over the place, and it's not... I'm making stupid errors. So like... And I've just made so many of them one on top of the other right now. That even... It's not here. Like, the hookshot's not here. The hookshot's probably associated with either Eastern or Pod. Yeah, I'm done. Sorry, tonight. So, have a good rest of your night. Maybe I'll be on tonight for a little late night of the challenge work, but thanks for watching. Um, that or I'll try to figure out where the hookshot was after I'm done. So, bye. Have a good one.